Yeah, it certainly feels like summer as of late, but trust us, soon the leaves will be changing, falling to the ground. The cooler temperatures will be here to stay. In the sponsor segment, we welcome physical therapist assistant Adam Amon from Advanced Physical Therapy Center in Davison to talk about staying injury and pain-free during the fall cleanup process. I got my yard clothes on today for you,
clearly.
but I'm going to leave the demonstrations to you, to the expert.
How kind.
Yeah, so let's first talk about back pain. You know, it's common. Why is that, and what can we do when it comes to lugging around all those heavy leaves, especially to prevent back pain? So any lifting tips for us this morning?
Lots of them. So first, low back pain, it contributes to about 619 million instances of injuries every year. WHO suggests that it's probably going to increase substantially in the next 4 or 5 years.
Sure.
Back pain can be caused by a lot of things. One of the ways that you can have back pain is from lifting improperly.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, you're going to hold on my rake for a second.
I can do that. I can do
that. Say you rake up a bunch of leaves, or you have a big bag or a big rock that you got to move or something like that. One of the important things that you really have to focus on is proper lifting techniques.
Sure.
So you always want to make sure whatever it is that you're going to pick up is close to your body. You're going to want to make sure that you push your butt back and bend your knees slightly, and then picking it up just like this. You don't want to pull up with your shoulders, and you definitely don't want to bend over from your back. You got to use those legs.
I've learned that one the hard way in the past. You got to lift with those legs. Use your leg muscles.
Yes,
right?
Definitely.
I'm going to hand the rake back to you.
Okay.
Sounds pretty simple.
Yeah.
But there are some things to focus on to stay pain-free when it comes to raking. Anything important to keep in mind with that?
A couple things. First of all, rake when it's dry. Don't rake when it just rained. Try and always rake with the wind. If you're raking leaves and the wind's blowing the other way, it's going to go straight back into your pile. The other thing is you don't want to rake away from your body with your arms like this. You always want to keep the rake close to your body, bend your knees, and step with it. Everything closer to your body is going to be healthier for your back. No twisting or turning or anything like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So shorter little strokes are better than reaching out.
Oh, way better.
And I hear you on those wet leaves. That ain't no joke.
Yeah, no.
All right, let's talk about footwear. Again, I'm not wearing my yard shoes today, but why is it important to wear the right shoes when you're out working in the yard?
So for the same reason I wear tennis shoes all the time as often as possible. You want to make sure that you have enough footwear to support your feet, which will actually help reduce fatigue on your legs, and it will reduce the amount of strain you put on your back when you're lifting up those things. Having the proper footwear while walking in the yard as well is also going to be very important, because if you have the higher ankle shoes as opposed to like flip-flops, those are going to help reduce the instances of rolling your ankle if you come across a pothole or something like that.
There you go. And then, essentially yard work can feel like a workout. Do we need to stretch for it?
Oh, absolutely. You have to stretch before anything. Before you even start stretching, though, you're going to want to make sure, take a walk around your garden. Really survey the whole scene. Make sure you know exactly what you're going to be going for. After your walk, you can do some pretty simple, basic stretches. One of them I like to do is it's actually called a grass sweep. You mind holding that for a second?
I'm helping out so much.
Yeah, you really are. You're doing great. You're going to place one of your legs out in front.
Sure.
Take your hands behind, coming down and sweeping forward. You can do a couple things with that. What you're doing is you're stretching your hamstrings, and you're actually moving your back a little bit, so when you go to pick those things up, you have it. Another one is any kind of large step, leaving your other leg in the back and just kind of holding and feeling the stretch for a second, and then taking another step. You don't want to hold a static stretch. You want to do an active warm-up where you're trying to move.
Exactly.
You got to move. Yeah, absolutely.
Some great information. Again, I appreciate you did all the hard work today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Our thanks again to Adam Amon from Advanced Physical Therapy Center in Davison. To learn more, you can visit the website there on your screen, advancedphysicaltherapy.com. They have several locations, as you see there, all across mid-Michigan.